Namaste. Hello everyone. Welcome to Shal Gulhati, Shiva and Mysticism for another episode of Monday with Mahadev. Just yesterday, I lost my little pet, my little dog called Tuberg, and this is what he looked like. And some of you may have even heard him barking on my older videos as I used to make them. He used to walk in here and bark, and I would allow that because I wanted things to be natural, just like anything else, like a normal household. Now, he looks like a pup, but he was 12 years old. In dog age, I think that's more than 80 years. So he had had a long, good life. He had given us a lot of happiness. But when these pets part, they give us the same amount of sadness and a great feeling of helplessness. And there is nothing we can do but say our goodbyes and watch them go to the dog heaven or across the rainbow or whatever other terminology we have. But we only can wish that they are in a better place in the vast consciousness of Shiva. I have had my share of losing my mother, my father in law, who was really a great man, my brother in law, who was more like a brother to me, a great friend, and the same feeling of sadness and helplessness happens when these things happen, but this is life as we know it. So today, I just want to say that when we are faced with such a situation and no one really knows how to help us, we don't know how to help ourselves, what can we do? What does this have to do with Mahadev? Well, we all know that Shiva, being Mahadev, the god of gods, the all-powerful, also had death and bereavement when the most beloved person to him, Sati, his wife, died. And though that is a long debate, why, if he was or he is God Almighty, why can't he stop this? In the case of Sati, it's a completely different story because she was Durga and her will was to go away. She wanted to be born again, and therefore Mahadev could not stop it. And the thing that catches my attention is that he wept, he cried, he was desolate, recluse for thousands of years after this death. And he behaved like a normal human being would when we lose somebody we really love. But it is my belief that during that time, when Sati was not there anymore, and before her arrival in a reincarnation, that of Parvati, Shiva did become reclusive. He left Kailash and went away into a different part of the Himalayas with only Nandi, the ever faithful. My belief is that that is the time when Shiva used everything at his disposal, his life, his intelligence, his chintan, his thought power, his dhyana meditation, to reinforce himself and ponder more and more about consciousness and things like that. And then the comeback was greater than the setback. He came out of that all powerful, and he came out of that to open his eyes to see Parvati has been born. And he could connect all the dots that this, who is now Parvati, was once Sati, and therefore the Leela of consciousness, the play of consciousness, the Shakti Vilas as we call it, goes on and on. And death as we know it is only the ending of this physical body, but consciousness can never die. Like we say, the soul lives on, and sometimes it comes back in another form, and sometimes in another form, and when we are very lucky, we meet again. So, to elaborate this a bit, when we are married and we have our first child and we hold the baby in our arms, in our hands, the love we feel instantly, that's not just a matter of ego. Well, I am the father and this is my child. It's not just that. That love we feel instantly with our baby the first time we hold him or her in our hands, that love is a great reminder of the play of consciousness. We love our child when we see her the first time because, according to me, we have been together earlier, we have parted earlier, and here we meet again. This is precisely what our rishis say is the play of life. I will leave you with this short video to think about what is consciousness, what is the continuity of life, and how we may meet those whom we love again if we are steeped in our consciousness. Join me again next Monday. I will be back with yet another Mahadev wisdom for you. Om Namah Shivaya.